Welcome back. For the next video in our semester review, we are going to talk about different angle pairs. First, we have some vertical angles. Vertical angles are always congruent, so that means angle 1 has to be 58 degrees. The measure of angle 1 is 58 degrees. Next, we have a linear pair, and a linear pair is supplementary, so I know these two add up to 180. So the measure of angle 1 is 180 minus 124, and 180 minus 124 is 56. So the measure of angle 1 is 56 degrees. Name a pair of corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are angles in a corresponding position or the same position. So for corresponding angles, I'm just going to name all the pairs. So corresponding angles, there's angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 1 for this cluster of angles is top left. Angle 5 for this cluster is top left. Angle 1 and angle 5 is a pair of corresponding angles. Top right are 2 and 6. Angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. Bottom right are 3 and 7. Angle 3 and angle 7 are corresponding angles, and bottom left are 4 and 8. Angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding angles. Then we have alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. Interior means they have to be here inside of these two lines. Alternate means opposite sides of this line right here, which is called the transversal. 3 and 5 are alternate interior angles. Angle 3 and angle 5. Angle 4 and 6. Angle 4 and angle 6. Next is same side interior angles, also called consecutive interior angles. So SSIA or CIA for consecutive interior angles. Also inside, but on the same side of the transversal, 3 and 6. Angle 3 and angle 6. Angles 4 and 5. Angle 4 and angle 5. Then we have alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles. Those now are outside of the two lines and on opposite sides of the transversal. 1 and 7 are alternate exterior angles. Angle 1 and angle 7. And angle 2 and 8 are alternate exterior angles. Angle 2 and angle 8. Last in this section we have vertical angles. Vertical angles are straight across from each other like 1 and 3. Angle 1 and angle 3. 2 and 4. Angle 2 and angle 4. 5 and 7 are vertical angles. Angle 5 and angle 7. And angle 6 and 8 are vertical angles. Angle 6 and angle 8. Now we're going to start finding the values of some variables. Look here, we've got a pair of arrows, an extra pair of arrows on these lines. That means these lines are parallel. When lines are parallel, alternate exterior angles are congruent. X is 47. These lines are parallel. When lines are parallel, alternate interior angles are congruent. X plus 10 is equal to 50. So I can subtract 10 and get X is 40. When lines are parallel, like these are, consecutive interior angles are supplementary. X plus 30 equals 180. Minus 30, X is 150. A little trick is that when lines are parallel, if two angles look like they're the same size, it's because they are. If two angles do not look like they're the same, and look, this one is obtuse. This angle right here is bigger than 90. This one is acute. It's smaller than 90. Then they definitely are not the same. They're going to add up to 180. So if you're dealing with parallel lines cut by a transversal, if angles look the same size, like both acute or both obtuse, they are the same size. Put an equals between them. If angles do not look like the same size, one's obtuse, one's acute, it's because they're supplementary. Add them together, equals 180. These are parallel lines. Here's an acute angle, here's an acute angle. They're going to have to be the same. These alternate exterior angles will be congruent. 2x plus 22 equals 70. Minus 22, 2x equals 70 minus 22 is 48. And 48 divided by 2 is 24. So x is 24. One last problem in this video. Find the value of x that makes these lines parallel. These do not have the parallel mark. If I wanted to put on a parallel mark, then these two that are both obtuse are going to have to be congruent to each other. So x plus 12 will have to equal 120. And if I subtract that 12, I would get x equals 108. If x is 108, then I know these lines will be parallel because these alternate interior angles will be congruent.